In this video, I'm going to teach you guys how to do Diana's crossover. It's also called the Whip Cracker Salute. I'm using a set of performance hybrid whips that are 3 feet long. They're what I like to do for this routine. Here's what it looks like. So Diana's crossover is a Queensland crossover behind your back. So make sure you know how to do the Queensland crossover before you try to do this trick. And I'll say it one more time, these are 3 feet long, so they're pretty short. And this trick is your body's in an awkward position and you're using pretty much entirely your shoulders, so it can be kind of tiring. So for me, starting out with a short set of whips really helps. And then once you get it, you can try to move up to bigger whips. So, but the basic idea with the Diana's crossover is you do a Tasmanian cutback, and then you bend over a little bit more, so your body kind of needs to be at like 90 degrees. And then make sure you can do it here. A fun way to practice this is to try to pick up something. You could be your other whip or anything else, and you just try to bend over and crack the whip when you grab it. So this is a useful trick. I love it when people do this. They're like, maybe they try to go for a toss and they miss the whip, and then they come down and grab it and crack it behind their back. So that's in itself, that alone is a really good trick. It kind of is just a cool recovery, but it is a good way to practice getting some skill with a Tasmanian cutback, which will be important for this trick. The next thing, so once you can get that Tasmanian cutback every time, then you can practice a different trick. It's kind of like a reverse Tasmanian cutback. So instead of swinging it towards my body, I'll swing it away and get it to crack there. So it's basically a cattleman's crack here. It's not too hard, but it does take a little bit of getting used to. So just if you just watch this video over and over, you should pick it up, but I'll just do it a couple times. And then, of course, you want to be able to do them together, because that's what a Queensland crossover is. So once you can do that, learn that in the other hand, and now you're ready for the hard part. All of that took me a pretty long time to learn, just that, but I spent way more time trying to do it with 2 than trying to do it with 1. So, but I just had to remind myself constantly not to get frustrated with this, because it's tough. This took a long time. And so, if anyone out there who knows how to do a Queensland crossover knows that there was a stage where it just looked like this. And they weren't getting, that stage, the wispy stage where you're like doing the motions right, but you're not getting the cracks, and it sucks. You're like, I just don't know what to do to get it to crack. That's gonna happen here, but I wish there was some other secret than, for me, like, I wish I could tell you the trick to getting those cracks. And the trick is practice. I just wish there was another trick. I wish there was a secret that wasn't practice. And I'm sorry, it's just practice. So in order to get the Queensland crossover, you just have to practice a lot. It's the same exact thing with the Diana's crossover. You just have to practice. But some tips are, you want to try to keep your lead hand, which you should know what that is. by learning the Queensland crossover. It's the hand that cracks first. And obviously you have to keep that hand on the bottom. So I'm leading with my right hand. You could lead with your left hand. I am left-handed, so I actually am leading with my non-dominant hand. And I think that that makes it easier to get the necks, to get the cracks. With, like, I'm leading with my non-dominant hand because it's easy to get the first crack, but it's harder to get the second crack. So I want my stronger hand doing the second cracks. And I'm doing with my non-dominant hand leading here and here. And I find that helps me get the cracks easier. So lead with your non-dominant hand, but try it both ways, because it might just be that you will get it with the other way. So experiment around. But anyway, so basically, once you can do this in both hands, you have to work out how to go from here to here. And you have to keep your lead hand underneath. So you can practice behind your, like this. And you can practice having one hand be right up against your back. See how my hand is pretty much resting on my back. And then your other hand, you want to practice having it above your back. So like this. And that's what did it for me. Once I practiced that, once I knew to keep this hand underneath this hand, it started to get better. But before I really practiced that a lot, this was a mess. So I'll do it again. And now I think the best thing for me to do would be to just show you a lot of slow motion footage of me doing it from different angles, and just rewatch the video over and over. Practice a lot. Don't be patient with yourself. I didn't think I'd ever be able to get this, but I did, and I know you can too. So here's some slow motion footage, and good luck. Also, it would be a little bit lame if you could only do it with 3-foot whips, but it is harder to do it with longer whips. But I'm going to try to do it with a set of 5-foot stock whips, see how it goes. Whew, well, you can see I got some of the cracks, but it's certainly a lot harder. So I'll have to keep practicing with some heavier whips. Anyway, yeah, good luck. Thanks for watching this video about how to do Diana's crossover or the whip cracker salute. I hope you guys get it. Good luck. I'll end with a little bit of a freestyle.